Afterglow Books by Harlequin and HarperAudio present The Relationship Mechanic by Karmen Lee. Performed by Laly Lauret. Chapter 1. I'm bored. Vinny squinted against the glare of the sun. It was a beautiful, uneventful day, the same as any other. Business had been slow, leaving her with the need for something, anything to happen. She rolled her eyes at Aiden's words, but couldn't deny she felt the same. Excitement was hard to come by in Peach Blossom, but even this bout of boredom was a bit much. Seriously, Vin, can't you at least put a television in here or something? Aiden's voice was starting to do her head in, especially when he started with the whining. Watching paint dry would be more entertaining at this point. If you're so bored, she replied, not bothering to look over at him, why don't you organize the new shipment of parts we got in this morning? She knew that was a guaranteed way to get Aiden to shut up before he got on a roll of even more complaints. It wouldn't be the first time, but she didn't need his boredom to lead to her annoyance. He groaned, but dutifully got up and walked to the back room where they kept the parts they needed to fix the vehicles that came in and out of the shop. Vinny watched him go and almost told him she would do it instead. Organizing the stock wasn't fun, but the repetitive nature of it at least helped the time go by faster. Music drifted through the air, and Vinny leaned forward, elbows on the counter as she gazed out the window. The street in front of her auto shop was clear, save a couple of cars that drove by. She almost regretted relocating the shop to the outskirts of the main part of town, but the space it had afforded her was worth it in the long run. Still, it would have been nice to be able to go 1 or 2 buildings over to chat with people, instead of having to walk the 3 miles it took to get to Main Street. Not for the first time, she was regretting not buying a television and installing cable in the shop, or at least getting a smart TV to stream something. The radio only helped so much when there was a lull in vehicles to work on. The landline ringing shook her out of her boredom, and she grabbed for the phone, hoping desperately that there was something interesting to do. "Hey, Lavinia, you free right now?" Vinny winced at her whole name being used. It wasn't the first time Sheriff Patrick had done it, despite her insisting he was more than welcome to call her by her nickname like everyone else in town did. No one used her whole name anymore, except her father when she was in trouble, or her sisters when they were being assholes. "Yeah, you got a job for me?" A car on the shoulder out on 75 southbound, a mile out from exit 140. Driver said the damn thing is a rental that just crapped out on her and could use a tow. She's staying in Peach Blossom, so figured I'd call you instead of Tony. "Good looking out," she replied, pushing up off the counter. Tony Pritchard ran another auto shop in the town 40 minutes north of them. Sheriff Patrick usually patrolled the strip between the 2 towns and called in help depending on which way people were headed. Unless it was an 18-wheeler, which was much heavier than any of Vinny's equipment could handle. "I'll get the truck and head your way. Is it a case of the forgotten pit stop again, or do you think this is legit?" He chuckled, no doubt remembering the last wayward tourist who had somehow forgotten to fill his tank, and then was surprised when the car exhausted its fumes and refused to go a mile farther. That had been a hilarious story to relate to her family when she had gotten home that evening. "Nah, it's a genuine one." "Got it. Be there in 20. Vinny called out to Aiden, letting him know she had a job before grabbing her sunglasses and heading to the back lot. The air was blessedly warm compared to a few days prior, when a random cold front had brought in the type of chill that had everyone in coats in the morning and short sleeves by the afternoon. Fall in Georgia was peculiar like that. But today was one of those gorgeous days that just guaranteed good things, and it put a little pep in Vinny's step as she climbed into the truck and got going. She whistled along to the radio and dropped her sunglasses over her eyes as she made her way out onto the highway. Finding the sheriff was easy enough, though she did have to go up a ways before she could turn onto the other side of the road. As Vinny pulled up, she waved to Patrick. He walked over as soon as she had parked. "Thanks for getting here so quick. I got a call about a disturbance out at MacArthur Farms, so I'm heading out if you're good."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?